morning. We'll get started soon. There's a few more seats if anyone wants to venture and have a seat. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all so much for being here with us this morning. This week actually marks Mental Illness Awareness Week, and today is especially significant because it is World Mental Health Day.
Wow.
Yeah. So, alongside of this very important week, we're also honored to celebrate a major milestone. This is the 40th anniversary of NAMI Lexington. And lastly, we are also celebrating the dedication of our building to our Honorable Kelly Gunning. Thank you. I'll pass it to Julie and David.
All right, I know you guys are seeing the program and it says Phil, so I am Phil today. As you know, in this nonprofit arena, we wear a lot of different hats. Today I'm wearing a different shirt. So this morning, Phil did come out to get set up. He set up our equipment for us, but he had to go back to Kelly in the hospital this morning. This is the shirt he chose to put on this morning, the Mission I'm Possible, because he said it just embodies Kelly. He said, I had a white shirt, but that's the one that spoke to me. And I said, I understand why. I said, I will wear it. So I was dressed different, and now I'm dressed as Phil. So let's just remember Phil this morning as he's headed back to Richmond. And because as I'm looking out here, I see so many familiar faces. I see hands that have shaken Kelly's hand, but I see more hands that give her hugs. So for those of you who don't know, she's been having some heart problems. She is currently in Richmond in the hospital. She got admitted last night. As they were trying to figure out what was going on with her. There's a possibility that if things don't work right, they're going to send her to UK this morning. But we want to send out all the prayers, all the good vibes, all of the Kelly energy that we can send out to her this morning. I'm going to do my best to get through this. I have Kleenexes. But welcome. I'm going to read what Phil had, and you guys know I'm not a reader. So, forgive me for any of the mistakes that I make. And I'm going to use it in Phil's voice because I cannot read and change words on the fly. I can't thank everyone, so forgive me if I don't mention someone. I'm truly grateful to all the community leaders, partners, agencies, and especially all the individuals, families, providers that we've served and collaborated with over the years. We are dedicating the building to Kelly Gunning today. Special thanks to Kelly's Alaska Ma, G-Ma, Gloria Guffey, for taking Kelly under her wing when she arrived as a 15-year-old with an infant son eager to homestead in Alaska. If we don't know, her mom flew in and she's with her today. It would take hours to talk about all the things Gloria has done and is still doing, but trust me, there could have been no better place for Kelly to land. Thanks to Faye Morton, Marion Soul, Alma Hopkins, Dr. Ella Hunter. We had a safe place to land in 2002 when we found NAMI Lexington and took the family-to-family course. Thanks to Eastern State Hospital and New Vista for helping our son and opening their arms to us. Eastern State Hospital and New Vista developed a recovery mall as we were in and out with our son years ago. The recovery mall sparked a question for Kelly. Too bad we don't have a recovery mall type program for people to go to when they leave the hospital. So, planning started. Led by individuals with serious mental illness, advocating was led by Kelly as usual. And in December of 2009, we landed here, thanks to New Vista, and opened a program named Participation Station by the individuals with lived experience, for those with lived experience. Soon to follow, a peer team providing services daily at Eastern State Hospital and a peer-led mental health court team. Participation Station and Fayette Mental Health Court have become a closely watched pilot program and are being replicated across the state. All of this is made possible by the collaboration Kelly kicked off immediately upon her arrival. We now have New Vista, UK Healthcare, DBHDID, LFUCG, and many other partners. She did a good job, huh? I think can I get an amen on that, right? There's a few other things that Phil wanted to recognize too. Our board and our staff are coming out. We have an awesome board. We have a great number of friends out looking at me. And Kelly wanted to say thanks to all of her daughters, all of her sons, because she adopts us all. I call her Mama Kelly. I know we have another daughter out here in the audience. Kathy, thank you so much for being here. This really means a lot to us. So we're going to move on into the program. Our next thing is a very close friend of Kelly's is going to give us our proclamation, Mayor Linda Gordon.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Good morning, everyone. This is a great day, and we're sorry that Phil and Kelly aren't here, but we add our prayers to the prayers that you mentioned for Kelly and her health. So I am really happy to be here. And this official dedication of the NAMI Lex Center is a great way to start a Friday morning. And as you mentioned, it's World Mental Health Day, and it just fits perfectly. I wanted to recognize a couple people in the audience who are part of my team, and then a couple of other people who are wonderful partners. In the partner shop, of course, Judge John Tackett is a great friend and partner to our city. Thank you. And Sheriff Kathy Witt. We partner on so many things. Thank you very much. I want to recognize my chief, Lawrence Weathers, who's always with us, as well as my Commissioner of Housing Advocacy and Community Development, Charlie Lanter. Thank you so much for being here. We're one big team. I was going to say one big happy team. Mostly we're happy, aren't we? I mean, mostly we are. So, as you all know, NAMI Lexington is a super important part of our community's work to help families, caregivers, and individuals who have been affected by serious and persistent mental illness. Many of you know that I come from a nursing background. I had a full career in nursing. And part of my work as I traveled around the world with my Army husband was in mental health care. And so I have a special appreciation for this. NAMI Lexington leads the way in offering education, support programs, and outreach to reduce the stigma that often surrounds mental health. It also works to increase awareness of mental illness and its impact. Phil and Kelly Gunning have been leading the charge of NAMI Lexington and its mission through their personal lives as well as in their leadership roles with the organization. You know, I smile when I say Phil and Kelly Gunning. I don't know anybody who doesn't, because they're such wonderful people. And I'm really proud of our city's continued partnership with NAMI Lexington. Our government is a proud partner in the NAMI Lex Center. And this center, as you already have heard, will house the Participation Station, Fayette Mental Health Court, Eastern State Hospital Peer Team, and Kentucky Star's Consumer Operated Services staff. I'm going to think of a big acronym for that. It's the go-to location for those affected by mental illness. And today, as we open this new facility and dedicate it to our beloved Kelly Gunning, a steadfast and committed advocate who has focused on her vision and passion of helping those affected by mental illness. we all have experienced Kelly's infectious energy, and yes, we all hug her. Every one of us. And we love her for her dogged persistence in support of those affected by serious mental illness. Kelly has had an enormous impact in helping so many people in our community. This is all about people. We know this. We recognize this. And undoubtedly, she has saved many lives through her work and through her advocacy. And now it is a great honor that I have to present a proclamation today. Now, I was going to present it to Kelly and Phil. So, who shall I have? Julie.
We'll take it.
Who? Come on, let's get a group. All right.
Never miss an
Crowd.
opportunity.
That's right. We're gonna crowd the winner's circle up here. All right. Thank you so much.
I get the hugs.
I could tell you're a hugger. All right. Here's how it goes. Whereas for 40 years, NAMI Lexington has been providing mental health services to Central Kentuckians. And whereas this organization provides advocacy, education, outreach, and support programs that help reduce the stigma around mental illness. And whereas through the leadership and personal experiences of Phil and Kelly Gunning, NAMI Lexington has led the way in supporting those affected by serious mental illness. And whereas there has been an increased focus on improved mental health support and services in Lexington, in part due to the work of NAMI Lexington. Now, therefore, I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby, in celebration of 40 years of service, declare October 10th, 2025 NAMI Lexington Day. Congratulations. Here you go. I'll let you put your hands on it.
And we will proudly display this in the NAMI Lex Center.
Hey, all right. Let's get a picture, but let's go in front of the podium. How's that sound?
Yes.
All right.
You get by me.
Now you have to put it down a little, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Shimmy. Shimmy that way.
Shimmy.
If I can make it cover my belly, that would be
Thank you. Thank you.
Always.
Who's next?
Bruce.
Okay.
It's like, we've changed this so many times in the last few days, guys. We really have. We're kind of like fighting over who, I don't say who gets to speak, but yeah, who gets to speak when. So next up we have Bruce Simpson. Bruce Simpson come to us a couple years ago. And he has quickly been enmeshed in NAMI and really believes in what we do. So here he is.
Thank you. Sorry to hear about Kelly being back in the hospital. She's been struggling for some time. This is personal for me. I started out as I would say, a client of NAMI Lexington in so many ways. About 2.5 years ago, following a long, untreated secret battle with mental illness and suicidal ideation that culminated in my suicide attempt in January of 2023 and involuntary confinement in Eastern State Hospital, which I hold in the highest regard, as well as UK Healthcare. And Chief Weathers also.
Just had to get you.
Get anything else off of me too. Chief Weathers also for the police department, who were at my home for about 5 or 6 hours after my wife called you all after she found my note. You all were with her the entire time and comforted her while you were looking for me. And then when I finally did make contact with you all, you treated me with courtesy and respect and the utmost dignity while I was being handcuffed and put in the back of a police car, which saved my life. So I have a lot of gratitude about NAMI, about Mayor Gordon, contribution, dedication that she's made in her leadership to NAMI Health, to the NAMI Lexington organization, mental health court in particular, Mayor. Cost benefits of mental health court have been well documented as a cost savings to the taxpayers. A lot of taxpayers don't appreciate that or know about it, but it's a cost savings of keeping people out of jail and out of prison and back into productive living and enjoying their life, thanks to NAMI Lexington and Judge Tackett at Mental Health Court. I've probably been in court a couple of thousand times in 42 years. The only time I've ever cried was last year when I went to the first mental health court graduation that Judge Tackett presided over. And saw all those young men and women who've been struggling with their mental illness and addiction for many, many years go through their program, escape incarceration, and through the health of mental health court, NAMI Lexington's leadership, become successful contributing citizens in our community. It's what Jesus called taking care of the least of these, people that suffer from mental illness. Often disparaged, mocked, and forgotten about, ignored. But you all, take care of us, and I'm deeply appreciative. I'm more and more appreciative each and every day that I'm alive, doing better, functioning better than ever, thanks to mental health treatment and my evolving faith in the Lord above. Those two combined, to me, are a necessity for success. But I also believe that you don't get into this profession, into being here today, unless you have a calling. This is not the kind of career that teachers talk about on career day. It's not held up as an esteemed chosen path to be recognized. Working with some of the most difficult people like me, deny their mental illness, refuse to cooperate, all sorts of problems. Dual diagnosis, addiction, mental illness. The folks that I've talked to in the last couple of years, yourselves and others, y'all are called. You're called to be here. And I'm grateful. A lot of folks like me are grateful. We don't get the opportunity to express our thanks, but I want you to know you're saving a lot of lives because you've helped save mine. I know Kelly's saved a lot of folks. About 9 months after my release from Eastern State Hospital and my treatment, I thought I was cured from my lifelong battle with untreated depression. I'm like, I'm good, I'm fine, everything's going great. And Kelly asked me to help raise some money for the NAMI Walk, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, I was back to my full-blown ego, prideful self. I'll raise tons of money. Tons of money. Then I found out how hard it is to raise money for mental illness. It's not like raising money for children, the elderly, or even dogs. And I confess I had delusions of grandeur, that I was going to raise all this money, boasting about it, which was a mistake. And it got up to the point I wasn't even coming close to meeting the goal. And Kelly was calling me about 9 months ago, just calling to see how I was doing. And I was like, I can't tell her how bad I'm failing in raising money. I was trying to stick my head in the sand, and she would call and I wouldn't call back, and this went on for a couple of weeks. And actually, once you've been on that slippery slope, if you suffer from mental illness and you start going down that slippery slope that I've been on to a place you don't want to go, I thought to myself then, man, am I going back there? Am I just a complete failure again? And I'm just unworthy of being around. Am I thinking that stuff again? And about that time, I got a text from Kelly after I hadn't returned her calls for a week or two. And she said, if you don't answer this text or return my call in 5 minutes, I'm coming over to your house and camping out on your effing doorstep. Kelly, she likes to drop the F-bombs every now and then. So I called her. First question she said, is this about the money? I said, well, yeah. I knew it. I told Phil. He's not calling me about the money. And I told you when we got you and asked you to help, it's tough to raise money. And I knew that's what was going on. It's not about the money. And we had a, extended conversation. But I will say this, that one timely call that I think she was called upon to make to me at that moment when I was at the edge of going down that slippery slope about a year ago, stopped me. So she saved a lot of people and she saved me. So I have a lot of gratitude for Kelly and Phil and NAMI and each of you, and I thank you for the opportunity for celebrating Kelly, because it's more than well deserved. Thank you.
You are all very fortunate today to get to hear from our very own mental health court judge, Judge John Tackett.
Thank you, Dave. That's too kind. I have a confession. It was mentioned that I might speak, but I didn't know for sure that I was going to speak, so here I am speaking. And so tell them what you know, right, Chief? Tell them what you know. I learned that from Chief Weathers. I also don't appreciate going after Bruce Simpson, who his testimony is super. Bruce Simpson needs to go last, okay? Everybody in tears, and he's a closer like Kelly Gunning, guys. He goes last. So I'm fortunate to be here. I'm very, very grateful. I would not be here today if it weren't not for Connie Milligan and Kelly Gunning. And so I am so grateful and blessed to do what I do. So tell them what you know, right? Folks, we get better results when we treat serious mental illness and substance abuse as public health disorders and not criminal justice issues. Let me repeat that. We get better results when we treat mental health, serious mental health, and persistent serious mental health disorders and substance use disorders as public health issues versus criminal justice issues. Can I get an amen for Kelly Gunning? So, I'm really, really proud of what we do at the Fayette Mental Health Court. Just so we had recently a discussion. Folks from corrections came in and told us, I think it was maybe Yes Care, that about 20%, maybe a little bit higher of our jail population suffers from serious mental illness. I'm speaking to the choir here. I don't need to tell you guys that, but just in case I do, through the 60s, from the deinstitutionalization to the resources and trying to kind of put a patchwork together for serious mental illness treatment in our community, our jails are chock-a-block full. They're our biggest providers right now. I see more people with serious mental illness probably on my dockets than most psychiatrists do. So, that's a real problem. That's a failure. And I really appreciate the mayor, and I really appreciate what her administration is doing to address those needs. And I appreciate this building right here. He's going to be able to service so much of our community. And what we do with the mental health court, we need a physical place, and we need programming, and we need activities, and we need productivities to get folks off the street and get them diagnosed such that they can contribute. And this is amazing that we own this building now. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your commitment, and thank you for City Council and the City of Lexington for doing that for us. So I'm just so excited about that. Let me just say that, I think that we probably, when I talk about populations, we can expand, our courts can expand, we can service probably a second court, and I like to think about that as going forward. And I appreciate that those discussions are happening because there's so many folks. If you watch the news, today we're talking about, preventing serious tragedy. If you watch the news, psychiatric events that resulted in tragedy, if there had been an intervention, if there had been medications, if there had been appropriate diagnosis, if there had been something that happened before, folks, it's a matter of life and death we're talking about here. Life and death. And if we can find these folks early on, treat them, get them into programming, get them on the right medications, we're saving lives.
That's right.
So I appreciate everybody for being here. Here I am, Fayette District Court judge, misdemeanor judge, drunk with power, with what I get to do. Because all my courts, forcible detainer, eviction, send you away for 7 days on a public intoxication charge. It is a weird place to be, guys, because when they said, would you like to be a part of the mental health court and be part of that team, guess what? It's not me that makes all the decisions. It's a team. I don't have the capacity. I can tell you, whether or not I can find the criteria to have you guilty beyond reasonable doubt in a DUI case, but, can I just, with a schizophrenia diagnosis, do I know what the right medications are? What sort of things that we do on a day-in-day basis? It takes all of us. So I just want to come here and tell you that while I have a criminal court, while I have a forcible detainer court, while I have a probate court, the Fayette Mental Health Court is your court. It is this community's court. And it's a court that you all should, trust in, and because it's helping save people's lives. And I'm very, very proud of it. I'm proud of our partners, proud of the Sheriff's Department for helping us, proud of the Police Department for helping us. They find folks who they can refer to us that need our assistance. Raise your hand if you're a provider that supports our court. New Vista, Eastern State Hospital. So we're just thankful that we can get these people together and to provide these sorts of services. I also want to recognize the team members here, Makia, Bill, Annabelle, I see you, Jen Dishman in the back. thank you all for all the help that you do. I miss anybody. So, and Connie. Beautiful Connie